Hello, group. Welcome to Action Rock Corner. I'm your host, Richard May. Today, Frank Zappa, Cheaper Than Cheap. This is special. Now we know Frank Zappa Incorporated's been he's been dead, 32 years or some such by now. But Zappa Incorporated, with the vast archive that many of us have seen video of the vast archive, because Frank Zappa recorded everything. He recorded every show, everything. So there's hours more of Frank Zappa to be released well after we're all gone. Okay? And many of the songs here we've heard before. But this is important. The star of this release is the mix, the engineering, the production. A lot of that's from the 1974 original recording, but a lot of this is the 21st century available technology. This mix is amazing. It sounded, that's the star of this. It's Frank and George Duke and Napoleon Murphy Brock and the star is the engineering. It sounded like they were playing in my living room. I was listening on this from YouTube. Remember, this is on YouTube. But let's clarify. This is also a film, a video. And that's not available on YouTube. You get some clips with the soundtrack. So you can find the soundtrack, the Cheaper Than Cheap, on YouTube, Cheaper Than Cheap soundtrack. You get to hear it. With the handful of videos they include with the soundtrack, it's pretty rudimentary. It's the band playing. I read there's other things in the video other than the band playing, apparently. We're just talking about the soundtrack here. The mix is amazing. It doesn't quite keep up that live in the living room sense all the way through. But the first track, Cosmic Debris, in your living room. That's what my hearing tells me. It's an amazing mix. So, even through, you got Cosmic Debris, you got Village of the Sun, you got Penguin and Pondage, Son of Orange County. You may not quite have something with a mix like this. You know, what helped the mix was this was recorded in their rehearsal studio. And they invited 100 friends. So you get a little bit of a live concert vibe, a small concert vibe. But it's basically just a band and a film crew. So, another thing to keep in mind. This was meant to be a TV special that Frank would own and shop to whoever would pay to air it. Didn't work out. Some technical issues. Isn't until the day that they were able to get the technical issues straightened out. Because of this, since it was meant for broadcast TV in 1974, there isn't that many off-color songs, off-color humor. He's still straddling the line here and there, but basically, you don't have the really rough humor that Frank would indulge in elsewhere. So that can be part of your, do you want to hear this? And I don't care who you are. I'm into thrash. I'm into hardcore punk. I'm into fusion. I'm into classical. I'm into whoever you are. You have to listen to some Frank Zappa sometime in your life. And it is a wonderful introduction to Frank Zappa at the peak of his powers, and a hell of a band. George Duke, hell of a fusion jazz future and background. Tom Fowler on bass. Chester Thompson on drums. Some of you may know Chester as the other drummer in Genesis in later years. Napoleon Murphy Brock on sax and vocals. Ruth Underwood and Jeff Simmons on guitar. And of course, Frank himself. And it's an amazing set. 1 hour, 55 minutes, 25 tracks, but some of the tracks are introductions and whatnot. So it's about 22. Well, some of the so-called songs are kind of solo pieces. But my highlights that I saved for my YouTube likes, so I can hear them later, intermixed with the other things, single tracks that I like, mix all up into a Richard May radio station for YouTube music shuffle. Cosmic Debris, like they're in my living room. Village of the Sun, Banquet and Bondage. That's PG-13? Okay, fine. Son of Orange County, More Trouble Every Day. He's complaining about Nixon. What would Frank be saying about Trump the last 10 years? Just leave it at, the Lord was kind, is kind to Frank Zappa. He took him out well before what we're experiencing today. Frank would be having kittens. And the last song, I heard this song before, of course. But I really got a really great appreciation of this song. Camarillo Brillo. Amazing performance. Absolutely amazing soundtrack with a hell of a mix. So you might be thinking, more Frank Zappa, more. This is worth it. And it's a darn good introduction to Frank Zappa if you need one. Amazing. Amazing work. So, I'll just be repeating myself to say anything else. It just is. I own some Frank. You notice that? So I know what I'm talking about. Maybe other people more expert in Frank Zappa than me, even though I own a bookshelf plus. Bookshelf plus more of Frank Zappa. And the family musicians, but mostly Frank. Largely Frank. Lord knows my collection of Frank is not complete. I'm going to have to shout for this darn thing. Bye 40 bucks, whatever this thing costs. Cheaper than cheap, people. You like this video? Give it a like. Subscribe to the channel. Ring the notification bell. Leave a comment. Listen to some cheaper than cheap. Just listen to the first track. And tell me what you think of that mix. That mix the same for you that it is for me? Amazing. Amazing work. For latest in action rock, garage rock, and legacy and classic bands, come back here to Action Rock Corner. We'll have it for you. Remember to have fun with your music. Does it get much more fun than Frank Zappa? Along with amazing musicianship. We miss you, Frank. Through the family won't let us miss you much. What's coming out next in a couple months? Jeez. It's all good. Keep working. We'll buy it. We'll review it. Lord knows I'll be buying it. And thank you for watching. And we'll see you again soon.